Hello, I am Bugle. Honestly, I am very excited for this match. I haven't been paying as close attention this year as I was last year, and when I looked at the 8 deck lists here, I noticed something very interesting. Um, Aside from the Tempest list and the Farm list, it's kind of this weird dark mirror universe of each other. In Adventure, you've got two Bluna lists, but they're very different. One is Bluna Pink, one is Bluna White. In Core, you've got two Yellow Blue lists, but one is Pegasi and one is with Stunning Wonder, and the other is just Blue Yellow aggro cards and the Staying at Home one. I don't remember. Nurturing Nature. That's right. And then, of course, we've got two different versions of Living to Laugh combo, the mono pink and the blue pink. And it's like they came to the same conclusions from completely different angles. And I think that's very interesting. Uh, this year, Ivory was my teammate. Animoy does not hear the non-me person, which would be you, Cursed.
Try that again? Yes, I had myself on push to talk still.
Oh, well, okay.
I see OBS sending my voice out now. Believe it should be good. Thank you for speaking up, Animoy. Good stuff.
Okay, now Animoy hears Cursed.
Um,
Always a good step forward.
yeah. Right. So Ivory Starlight versus Josh. What I said earlier. The first match is going to be adventure, and so let's, as we always do, start by having a look at their decks. Let's look at Ivory's
Okay.
first. So Ivory did elect to play the Luna White list that you had alluded to earlier. Um,
Yeah.
for context, looking at the sideboard, I can tell you that Josh is playing his Tempest Orange combo control list.
Yeah. This sideboard surprises me a lot. Um, and I would be curious to hear Ivory's reasoning for it, knowing that he is playing the Miss Bane banking combo list. Why he would take out the uneven grounds, and last I checked, that Tempest list has quite a few immediates that can stop the confronts. So I'm also pretty surprised at removing the vote here.
Ivory, I believe, is here in chat, or at least someone with his name is. So you may get a chance to reply to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, those do seem to be pretty straightforward. Pretty valid things to talk about. In general, I expect Ivory to play as the aggro. That's what Luna does. And so perhaps he's thinking that Josh is going to be spending enough time being the control. He's going to be using his AT up anyway.
Maybe, or maybe he feels that the uneven ground will just never, never actually trigger because he did keep the stuck togethers, um, and the stuck togethers accomplish a very similar goal here.
Fair point, yeah. But regardless, we certainly expect Luna to be having to deal with troublemakers. So the hasties, the dilemmas, the cracking the cases.
Yeah.
Super important.
Um, I'm actually a little surprised he decided to run the Bluna list instead of the farm list here. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. Like I think the Bluna list has the potential, but it needs a bit of luck here.
Could be. Luna can be sometimes a bit of a, I don't want to say sink or swim. Feast or famine. That's the deck.
Yeah.
Um, so let us look at Ivory, or Eminently's list instead as
Yeah,
well.
they both start with a vowel and with a Y. Same thing.
Yeah. This is the Tempest Orange, splash of pink, splash of white deck that I always mistake for control when it is actually combo. Bank a pile of AT and then miss main to win.
So this is it's interesting to see the updates here because Zakora is no longer here, and in her place we find Grogar, who the smaller Grogar, not the one everyone thinks of when you say Grogar, the one that gives you AT. Um, Presumably because he gives you back the AT a lot faster than Zakora does.
Yep. Can sometimes be in excellent play off the start with Tempest.
Yeah.
Not sure if that'll be the case against Luna here.
Um, Taking out the Captain Jacks is a little surprising to me. Because Bluna can get quite a board presence, but I completely agree with the golden parachutes. Bluna's not going to be doing a lot of hard removal
It
here.
is all frightened
Yeah.
on the side of Ivory.
But yeah, 3 nap cakes, 3 heat waves, 2 bailouts, 3 frozen and magicites. Um, that's a lot of disruption for the poor Bluna player here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I feel like Ivory might be regretting that removal of the vote from this list,
We shall see.
or it's possible actually. It's possible Ivory expected that both of his lists would lose to this list, and so he might just be sacrificing, hoping to win the core game, and then having a if adventure gets picked, um, his farm should probably beat the other Bluna list. So maybe that's what Ivory's been thinking here.
That is a fair point. If you don't think you've got sort of a leg up either way you do it, the third game, well, the third game is going to be the more important one, though there is only a 50% chance that that deck ends up getting picked anyway.
True, but I mean, if you know that you are unfavored in the matchup, uh, I mean, it did work out for me in the Invitational last year. I picked the deck that was not going to have a good matchup against them in the finals, and it worked out because we played Harmony a second time, and I had the favorite matchup that time.
This is true. Can't argue with experience. Okay, so shall we jump into it?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so I will just say, I'm going to transition to this pause at the moment. You'll notice that the game's already in progress. Unfortunately, I made a mistake on the recording, and so we lost about the first 4 minutes of it. So, just to give us a recap of what we've missed, Josh did start. He flipped his main over, put that Grover down there on his starting problem, and then discarded the generous pony that's not right now in Ivory's discard pile. On Ivory's first turn, he moved his main from Tarnished Reputation. And then Josh took his turn and passed, and it is right now at the start of Ivory's second turn.
Okay.
Okay, then let us get to it. And if it looks a little different, This is recorded in top-down
Oh,
perspective.
that's a good draw.
Yeah, Ivory had no problem replacing that entry that he lost. His deck does have a lot of it.
Troublemaker phase.
Uh,
Nothing happens.
I feel like
phase. Stuff could happen.
So did M keep his initial hand?
I believe. I don't remember.
Okay. Because it doesn't have any AT gens, so
It's true. Doesn't
and
it looks like a somewhat substandard hand? Yeah.
and hit that deck has a large number of them.
The hooves is nice, or well, something at
Yeah,
least.
who's can be okay, yeah.
With that
So
magicite in his hand.
yeah, and the staff. So
Oh,
playing the
he's
Discord here gets him a point, but then what, right?
right.
He doesn't know that M has a staff in hand, but M has a staff in hand, which will just scare the Discord immediately.
Right. Josh is here, and he's confirming to us that that was his mulligan.
Okay, yeah. It looks like a mulligan. Let's just leave it at
I'll
that.
send one.
Spending one, and that will be Aloe.
Oh, okay. Is he trying to DFO here?
So he
I
has
feel like if he had one more AT, he could, but
right. That is a stuck together in his hand, which could be two free AT if he do the math right.
sure. But his only hasty friend in hand costs 3.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Will confront, with this at least. And if he banks here, next turn he'll have 5.
So actually, I think I see what's going on here. He playing the Aloe, which gives him the rec for rarity. Now if staff comes out to
Sure, you're good.
scare Aloe, he can play rarity in response and rush over to Grubber, hopefully beat that up.
Yeah, that's fine. We can just delete them.
And yeah, back to you.
Okay. 2 actions, draw a card.
Oh, M is much louder than Ivory. Another Grubber.
Yeah, unfortunately they're on the same source, so I can't really
It's a bit
level
weak,
them.
but fine. 1 for a troublemaker.
2 for staff.
2 for a
Oh, 2 for
doctor.
who's?
That's my problem.
Okay.
I mean, he is
Exhaust him.
planning for the upcoming face-off, presumably. Work wrench off the bottom.
Nice poof
Back to you.
effect he has going on there.
Okay.
That is it's associated with the Trixie playmat.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, more entry. Uh.
So, rarity is a reasonable play. It's 7. Oh, that's yeah, 7 power.
After drawing card.
That problem.
3 for rarity and different decorator.
Sure.
Moving this over. And
Okay.
I will move to challenge Grubber.
Sounds good.
7 on 5. We know it's a magicite.
Okay, nor I. I'll move rarity
Well,
home.
that is the third entry that was on top of Ivory's deck here.
Okay. He has another rarity, so he can try that again next turn. Although, of course, He knows there'll be another Magicite getting flipped.
Yeah, this not going very well here. No pancake. This is purple-orange combo versus blue-white aggro. Don't be fooled by the Doctor Who Staff of Seconis, Magicite, and
Pretty much the
Grubbers.
entirety of that hand, yes.
This is the AT gaining combo list that plays Miss Main 15, well, a large number of times.
Fair point, yes.
I'll pass turn.
Okay.
Ivory does have that cracking the case in hand.
2 actions, ready,
For use
draw.
when necessary.
Oh, yeah. And now he's going to lose it.
Oh, when Grubber flips, yeah. There's only 2 Grubbers in the deck,
Oh,
though.
yeah, I'll head into troublemaker phase
reasonable,
on this
too.
flips.
Okay.
Pretty unlikely that was another Grubber.
And now M sees that all he has drawn is entry.
Okay.
Now Ivory does have the stuck together,
I will
but it's
hit
way too early to play that.
one of these 2 bad boys for sure.
Appears Josh is considering AK Yearling.
Yeah, I'll go for cracking the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Then
Exhaust who's pass.
Pretty much. Maybe plays the staff. No, there's no real reason
Oh no,
to.
he's
2 for
going
a
to
torque
play the
wrench.
torque wrench to confront. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Every confront is 3 less
Alright.
IT he winds up needing. So
And then I will exhaust time loop.
honestly, this board state right here, I'm gonna already call
He is
this.
stubborn, so
M
I'll go
has
to score
already
phase and
won
take
the
a
game.
point.
You think so?
And back to you.
Yes. I feel
Oh, start of turn. Move that.
You have non-blue.
yeah.
Oh, right. That's a.
I
how that
I feel
Mm,
he's already lost a troublemaker. Get around in cracking the case. M's already got 2 troublemakers in play. He has a Magicite loop going on already. Though, actually, to get around that, I think what you do is you play rarity to the bottom grubber, move Luna, and then you challenge both
I'll
grubbers
pass
this
turn.
turn.
Oh, I see. So at least you get
Actions,
one
ready,
flip
draw.
that is not the Magicite.
Right. And as long as
I
you
will pay
could
to draw once.
challenge every turn after that, you can prevent the Magicite from coming back.
That is
Well,
bizarre.
that is another hooves for Josh right now.
Well, okay.
I'll use hooves.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is looking incredibly badly for Ivory here.
We shall see. I mean, I
Take 2
can't disagree with
for
you.
another
It's-
hooves.
Okay.
These are all
No, leaves
the
him.
big control tools hitting the field here.
Still there we go. There she is.
Score phase, I'll take a point if you let me.
Sure. You got it.
Back to you.
And more entry for Ivory.
Yeah. And
You have
stuck
0
together
AT?
is honestly
Yes.
not Luna's friend here.
Alright. I will, after drawing.
Now, has the Night Glider to try again,
I'll play another rarity.
I think I would have played the Night Glider first.
And I'll move to challenge Grubber, your problem.
Um,
I don't do
since
anything
then
pre-flip.
could only push home
Okay.
the Night Glider instead of pushing
I'll
home
move rarity home again.
the rarity, who is much larger.
Right.
And you are 9 to my 7, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, in this case, could have won by playing the rarity here.
Right. I see. Makes
Um,
sense. Whereas this only,
So,
if he does it, yeah, he's gonna.
yeah, this is only a tie now.
I'll spend 2 to play a hasty glider to tie it.
Okay.
Which could have been used to challenge the
Again.
other Grubber instead at a more favorable situation. See, yeah.
And he's out flipped
I'm
anyway.
up by 2.
Okay.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
And I would absolutely challenge with Aloe here. Well, there's 2 hooves. I don't know how relevant that's going to be anymore.
I'll pass turn.
3 actions, draw. Readies.
Living Silver,
Um,
rarity is going home
2
because of
for
the
Factory
Magicite,
Organizer.
which
I'm
M
actually going to go ahead
controls.
and concede this game. You have too
That
good
is
of a
fair.
board state.
Yep.
And
Yes.
Ivory.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Sorry to cut this one short, but I can see the writing on the walls here. I needed to get on board way faster than that, and it's
Yeah.
just not going to happen.
No, there. I think that is at this point a good call.
okay, yeah. Ivory agrees with my assessment, I suppose.
Yeah. So just like that, Josh is up by 1.
Yeah. Well,
Very unfortunate. Unfortunate much for Ivory.
yeah. But I mean that's the problem with Luna decks. They go fast until they hit a wall, but once they hit a wall, they're in trouble. Like there are ways the Luna deck could have gotten around that, but that lock was too early is the issue. Like Luna could have probably scored another 5 or 6 points if tried hard enough. But when you're at 1, 5 or 6 is not going to be enough.
Yeah, totally. And Ivory decided to save himself some time, knowing that he had some other stuff in the tank. Save some time for his other decks.
Yeah. So I do think that was a calculated gamble at this point. I think Ivory knew that he had a bad round 1 match or game 1 matchup. So I do think that he just threw the Luna deck away, in hopes that he could win the second matchup. Which, were I to guess, would be the Living to Laugh mirror.
You would guess correctly. Bugle, you are going to get a chance to see why the stream wanted to see your Continentals match so badly.
Oh.
Different Living to Laugh decks, of course.
I think this matchup will be more interesting than the matchup between me and Ivory. Because the decks are not mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very important here. So, and a large portion of that is the mains, actually. Ivory does not have the ability to snipe friends.
Let's look at Ivory's list, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Yes. So Princess Skystar, and the core draw engine of the deck is Gabby. I forget her name, but the newer one.
New look on life.
Correct. There we go.
I'm actually surprised that Ivory took out the EA consoles because the belly flops still exist. Now, to be fair, there are exactly as many belly flops as there are golden parachutes. So
True.
maybe he's hoping I'll just have all my parachutes in the discard and I won't need that 4AT.
Both of these decks do have Griselda as well, though. Hasty Griffin, who can remove stuff.
That is true. There is also Griselda. Though Griselda will need 3 Griffins to hit anything. Well, actually, it goes off of cost, correct?
I believe it does.
Yeah, well, I guess Griselda can hit a seashell token without any other Griffins in play, in the rare situation that the Griffin deck has 0 other Griffins in play.
Right. Yeah, but usually your dismissal in this matchup is going to be aimed at either Living to Laugh or one of the Gabbies.
Well, sure, but disrupting the Unity 15 is just as valuable.
Also fair.
Because Ivory's list, it's much harder to hit Unity 15. I actually did the math, and with the 7 from Skystar, which Pinky cannot hit those seashell tokens. Specifically hits non-token friends, so can flip those seashells immediately, and they'll be safe unless they get belly flopped, which seems unlikely, or Griselda, I suppose. And then Gabby is 3, so needs 5 more from there, right? And there's a lot of ways to get that 5, but the deck really wants to have exactly 15 think power. I don't think it wants to have much more than that in play if it can avoid it.
It's a fair play, yeah. I mean, you'd probably most prefer to have another Gabby so that you're winning from 16 cards left in deck or something like that.
2 Gabbies is much, much better than 1 Gabby as well. But even that's still only 13. So hopefully you weaved an Angel Wings into there. But like every card you play is 1 less that you are discarding to Gabby's ability. And I expect that Ivory is going to do a whole lot of Ivory strategy. I would expect is going to be very similar to Cheese's strategy from last week, which is do a whole lot of nothing until you win.
Okay.
Because of that Pinky main, which every friend Ivory plays is a friend that will be invited into the cannon room.
Fair enough. Let us have a look at Eminently's deck here then. Yes, so making use of the new Pinky main, the newest Pinky main.
The replacement Pinky main.
Yeah. Using a different idea. We saw this last week with Jacob's deck. The Klugetown Citizen and Gabby, I forget her name too.
It's on the screen. Granted, you have to find out where she is. It's lending a claw.
Yeah. Well, not actually. She's like.
She's in the key cards, right?
Yeah. But I have it. Well, I have the small screen open in OBS and the big screen's on the match already. Anyway.
So interestingly, the most interesting sideboard choice here is those 2 Somnambulous blindfolds were not cut.
It means he is valuing his golden parachutes, I guess.
Well, he's valuing stopping Ivory's golden parachutes.
That too, yes.
Gabbing to gab, as Animal says. This is I think those blindfold, since Ivory cut the EEA councils, if a blindfold hits play, Ivory's in trouble.
Fair prediction. Okay, shall we jump in?
Yeah.
Alright. I have the whole recording this time, so no problems. I believe we're going to see the mulligans as well.
Oh, excellent. Not a great hand on Ivory's side. Like he has, well, maybe he has entry in two of the key pieces, so maybe that's good enough.
As far as Josh goes, I believe that is a mulligan.
It has Gabby, but it doesn't have any way to play a single
mulling.
card in that hand.
Okay.
And that has a Clujetown citizen and 5 friends, so you keep that one. Well, 5 other friends.
And
GP is
I'll pass back to you.
taking umbrage at your suggestion this is a poor hand for Ivory.
Sounds good.
Because it
empty
didn't have any
draw.
way to disrupt the early Gilda play
Spend
if
one
one
for a
showed
holiday
up,
spirit.
Okay.
And pass to you.
which I thought would be something that Ivory would want. Well, it has Griselda, but where are you going to get the other Griffin? I mean, granted, this has 2 other Griffins, but I'm expecting that you don't want to play that many friends that early against this Pinky list here. Because once Pinky is active, every friend you have played has been wasted AT.
Let's go ahead and flip.
Fair point to those watching the AT. There's going to be a lot of discounts in this game with them both opening party science and both having the
Both having Gilda.
yeah. Although Ivory at least may play a blue friend at some
Over
point.
here.
Yes.
I mean, certainly hope he does.
And then I'll pay 1.
Okay, so he is. I guess he can play Griselda
And I'll move
Good.
to
immediately
and I'll
now.
move to score phase and attempt to confront.
You can have it.
Yeah, she'll cost 1.
More points have been scored this game
2
already than I
actions,
expected.
Draw.
Well, okay, if Ivory won, he would have had to have scored at least 1 point. That's fair. So M can still play the Clujetown and discard everything but the parachute to flip. I don't
I
know
will
if
play
that's where
one
he
for
wants
Gilda
to be,
as well.
All right.
Okay. Gilda
though.
of his
I
own.
think I would play Griselda to hit Gilda immediately.
You have enough Griffins for that now.
And I will pass back to you.
But M disagrees.
Sure. Gain 1.
The other way around. M doesn't have the Griselda.
Oh, shoot. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay. I'm sorry. Well, Ivory disagrees with you then.
Yeah. I think that Gilda is very important to M's strategy. So getting rid of it with a 3-cost friend actually sounds, that you're paying 1 for actually sounds pretty good. Plus, like, you would still have your discount available on this turn. Though I don't know what he would do with it.
Well, I mean, he has Rushed Makeover and
Well,
friends to play.
if you play Rushed Makeover, well, I guess you still get the Griffin discount, but not the pink discount.
No, you don't. Oh no, yes. Sorry, that's right. Yes, you would get rid of your pink discount. That's right.
I think he's thinking about doing it now. Oh, is he paying?
Two. Yeah, okay.
He could be paying one for that.
Gilda. Is this location restricted? I don't actually remember.
That is a good
It is
point.
not. I'm going to put that over here then, and I'll dismiss icebreaker.
I
Interesting.
hope that 1 AT doesn't come back to burn him.
Right.
And
Those
then
are
I'll
optional
proceed
triggers,
to
I'm pretty sure.
Scarface.
Optional
Yep, you're good.
replacement effects,
I
I
suppose,
believe.
And back
yes.
to you.
But fair enough.
Okay. 3 actions, draw.
Oh, there's a pinky sense.
Good start. That lets him get rid of that parachute.
Yeah, then he can keep a different friend, or a different card, which would probably be a friend. If he decides to flip with Cluj down.
If he flips, then I suppose he also can, well, if he leaves enough cards in his hand, get rid of Ivory's Gilda.
True. He does have enough AT where he can afford to keep additional cards in hand. And he's not particularly keen on any of these cards. Aside from the Pinky Sense, which he can just play, and the Clue Sound, which is necessary to flipping anyway. Because Garner is a lot of power, but
Play 3 for Cluj Town.
okay.
Okay.
See, I think he's going to start a
Use
face-off
it to
here.
discard a Garner for pink.
Okay.
He's only got 6 power over there right
Pinky
now.
Sense. Now that I have
But he does still
enough,
have a discount.
now that I
So
have 7
play,
pink, I can play it.
play one Garner
Sure.
or
I will
Discord.
use Cluj Town again.
He's just gonna flip.
Again.
Okay.
Pay 1 to flip.
Okay.
And I think Gilda is going to be
The
invited
score
into the cannon room.
phase. Discarding 2 random cards with Pinky to
Okay.
eat Gilda.
Gilda is gone.
Back to you.
I'm actually surprised he didn't go for the face-off and get rid of the discount problem. Because it would have only cost him 1 extra AT to do that. And he would have had the 3 power in play.
Here. Not a whole lot. I'll pass turn. Let me know when I have priority on your turn.
Sure. First thing that'll have is readies, then actions.
doing something
I
first
don't use my
thing.
first priority, so you're good to go.
I think I would have played Pinky,
I will
actually.
play I know this one.
Okay.
To draw 2.
Ooh, I would not have played I know
I
this one
will
like
follow
this.
that.
Okay.
Because now he's just giving the cannon ammunition here.
Follow
Oh,
after that.
that's good draws.
Ivory is gonna get multiple. I know this one's
Will
himself.
Yeah. He's drawn 4 cards off of
do it
that.
again
That's
too.
not a bad deal.
Has the opportunity to draw 6.
Right,
He wants.
so will I.
Okay.
Let me.
I
I think at
what he's
this
going
point
for
I am
here-
contented.
I think he's going to try and play a Gabby next turn and
Draw
just
one more.
mill through a lot of these cards.
Would be. Well, he is. It is Josh's turn right now. Yes, so those
Draw a
cards are
card.
going to be in his hand for a while.
Okay. I'll head into my main phase.
Although Josh, with that yak off the top, is probably salivating to some extent.
I
Use
feel
Cluj Town to eat Chrysalis.
Okay.
Then eat cheese for some actual color. Pay 1 for a yak.
Yak drawing
Drawing
11 cards.
11.
That's the best yak I've ever seen. Well, this game's going to be a lot shorter than I thought.
Pinky sense.
Okay. So yeah, they're both got pretty big mitts of cards at the moment. Josh is gonna have to discard these.
Well, he could put them on top of his deck if he wanted, but I feel he's not going to want to.
Mhm.
I feel like he's going to throw 3 of them at the Griffin, right?
That would make sense. There's nothing in his hand he's super concerned about. Does he even have a living to laugh in there?
The belly flops would be
Yeah.
not ideal. I'm honestly surprised he didn't just play Honorary Yak on Ivory's turn.
I guess I could go to score phase and
He could have
discard
gotten
some stuff
one
at
more
random.
card.
Does that sound fun?
Random's always
Not-
more fun than on
It's not
by choice.
substantially different than choosing to discard, but 3 for 2 is a pretty rotten deal.
I mean, is it that rotten a deal when you're discarding the cards anyway?
I'm gonna live on the wild side.
Alright.
I'm gonna use Pinky.
Do
Alright,
it.
so the way I do this is I shuffle and then just deal them off the top.
That's fine. You're doing 3?
Yep.
All right.
1,
That's an
2,
extra card and
3.
another extra
2.
card.
I know this one's. I do have the Unity.
Mm-hmm.
I had it even without the glue down, in fact.
Okay.
And
That
now
didn't get
he
rid of
still
much
has
of
to
my
discard
hand.
3 cards.
It turns
Mhm.
out. Okay, I have to discard 3 now.
Just
Build
quickly
a
checking. Show us that
Gabby.
Josh is at 18
Belly flop.
cards in deck right now,
All right.
and Ivory is at 29.
Back to you.
One of those numbers is much smaller than the other.
This is
What
true.
is this?
Although,
Oh,
as you say, Ivory has a Gabby.
Okay, main phase.
But
I'll put my
no-
Pinky sense.
No parachutes.
No parachute. That's true, and we see the belly flop
Yeah.
in Josh's hand. Gabby is the card that can, well, yeah, it would potentially draw a lot of cards, and I'm sure that's what Ivory's thinking.
I mean, assuming all he plays is entry and probably was Gabby 3? No, Gabby's 2 rec.
Gabby is 2 rec, yes.
So I think I would put the FOF into play for free. And
Off
then
allows you to keep your pink discount.
exactly. And then you could pay just 2 for Gabby. Plus, you would still have the blue rec next turn if something nefarious were to befall Gabby. Though I'm sure nothing would happen to this poor, upstanding Griffin.
There is an ominous 1 in the action token spot on Josh's side of the board.
Yeah. I think Ivory wasn't quite counting on his opponent drawing 11 cards right
I
there.
scored a point that turn. I didn't
Uh,
do the math because I
You did.
the kill happened
I
just
suppose
during
so.
score phase.
Yeah.
Yep, we all missed that, but we did catch it. That Pinky changing values when
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Ivory got that play. If you aren't going to play Gabby this turn, what are you going to do if you're Ivory?
You pass and you discard 5 cards and be very sad. Well, You don't discard 5 because the Foth goes into play.
Right.
But anything else, like any friends you play here, will just get party cannon. There are no parachutes. So now he can draw a card. Well,
That's a shame. What I want to do is
one card.
potentially not what I
Yes,
can
you can
do.
draw 1 card or 2 cards. No, just the one to try and draw parachute to discard to that Pinky Sense.
Mhm. He's taking his time.
Yeah, this is a like Josh discarded a belly flop. I'm pretty sure Ivory has interpreted that to mean there's a belly flop in his hand.
That is a pretty clear sign, definitely. Aren't that many cards in this matchup more valuable than belly flop?
Alright, I will pay 1.
And a good number of them are already on Josh's.
Oh, he actually paid 1 for the
For
Foth instead of
blue on this.
putting it into play with Pinky Sense.
Okay.
I still don't have any blue characters, so I will pay 1 less for Angel Wings.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
There won't be a face-off here because Pinky is now back down to 2.
Correct. Do you just pay 1 for vinyl here?
Reducing the cost by 2. Only needing to pay 1
That is Gabby.
Okay.
for Gabby.
All right,
I
I have a
feel this.
response.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel this Gabby is going
I'm
to
gonna
be
belly
very
flop.
sad very soon here.
Yak into Gabby.
Okay. So Ivory with 1 AT remaining. Still has his blue.
And now no longer has the pink discount.
Correct.
Or the Angel Wings discount for that matter. I think that turn went as bad as it possibly could have for Ivory, and it was all because of that yak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, this does put Ivory pretty squarely on the defensive front.
Yeah. He does have belly flops of his own in his hand,
Mm-hmm.
but there is a parachute in the discard over there.
I'll pay 1. I'll play my own belly flop, Seashell into Clujetown.
Okay, I'll use
Oh.
parachute.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this does
Okay.
at least burn the parachute.
I believe
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
does
And Ivory
not
does have a
matter
belly flop remaining.
almost at
Well, he
all.
doesn't have
what I
enough AT
choose
for it.
here. I'll
No.
go for those 2.
But Josh only has 2 AT. Even if that's enough for the living to laugh, but it is not enough for
I'm not confronted
drawing the
anymore.
entirety of the
Discard this.
remainder
Go
of his
ahead.
deck and getting
I'm
the
counting that
remainder of the
you
unity he
only spent
requires.
3 actions, but you went from 4 to 0. I think you should have 1 left.
1 for Foth, 1
Oh.
for the Angel Wings, 1 for the Gabby that you got rid of, and then 1 for
Yeah.
the belly flop. So yeah, no, I am at 0.
Okay, I was wrong about the fire. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
3 actions. Ready, draw.
Josh is being considerate about that AT, but wasn't considerate when Ivory overpaid earlier.
That is true.
I think you pay 1 for cheese sandwich here, and you pass turn.
Really, yeah?
I don't even think you hit the Angel Wings.
I mean, he's got
Might as well play the pinky
the
sense.
stuff
Oh.
in place to do the whole Clujetown Gabby thing if he wants to.
Straight.
I suppose
Gabby
he
at
does.
home.
So it's true.
And Ivory's AT is down.
He does need to think a little bit about his Unity 15 on 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 0 AT, so you're pretty much have free reign to
he-
do whatever.
His 3 friends out right now, so he has 3, 7,
Yeah.
That's
11,
legal, of course.
13, I guess.
I mean, I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. Just running the numbers in my head here.
Yes. So I guess he just needs any friend at that point.
Right. Well, you shouldn't count on that extra 2 from Pinky.
Okay, I will use a Pinky
Well,
Sense to discard a blindfold.
I think he will have the extra
Okay.
2 from Pinky
Just
because
Kloosh down 3 times for Pink twice.
he's
and
going
nothing
to
once.
put at least 2 more friends into play.
I'll head to
Right. That makes
Gore
sense.
phase. I do actually get the point that I have no desire for.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, 4
2 draws from
points is a
Gabby.
lot of points scored.
Nothing crazy. I will then use Pinky Sense to discard a parachute.
Okay.
Back to you.
Fair bit, yeah. We're gonna be no, we're close to 4 AT per turn.
I think Josh wins in 2 turns. And I don't think Ivory can stop that.
Ivory, does he have like a stop fighting in his list?
I believe he has stop fighting and Spitfire, in fact.
Discard
Okay.
for turn and pass back to you.
But I'm looking at what he has in hand currently.
Readies, some actions. Draw a card.
Yeah, losing that
And
Gabby was just...
even if he does stall, I don't think, what does that accomplish?
2 for a living to laugh at home.
Just hope that Josh DCs, basically. Which wouldn't work, by the way, for what it's worth. We would wait for him.
But yeah, I think Josh is below 10 cards right now. He can
I
draw
will just
3
take my
for 1.
dumb old 1 point, 1 Gabby draw. Back to you.
I think I would have discarded the Griselda to have drawn 2 there. Played Garner on my opponent's turn. And at the end of the turn, rather.
Right. So you're seeing blood right now if you're Josh, basically.
Yeah. Actually, he has 4 cards that he can draw because he has the Living to Laugh in play. I forgot about that.
Mm.
And every proc Ivory makes is 2 more cards that so I don't think Ivory has a chance here.
Fair enough. Ivory is obviously going to play it out.
Yeah, conceding at this point doesn't do him any good.
Plenty of time left on the clock. Give it what he can. Well, yeah, he's quite a ways behind on decks. And you can't see it because of this top-down perspective we're doing, but trust me, that deck on the left's a lot thinner.
These aren't good enough.
Yeah, still no frighten. That's a Spitfire. That will do it. If Josh goes all in and messes up, Spitfire. Oh, never mind.
Okay, second flop.
2 flops can also help because there's only 1 parachute in the discard. I would have held on to the Spitfire.
Yep. I mean, people do sometimes forget that she can be played.
Ivory specifically played Spitfire in the Continentals to scare things, so that's still quite surprising to me. But I think he's desperate and he just wasn't thinking about the utility Spitfire has here.
Fair enough. He knows enough that there's no real there are no reset buttons in these decks. If Josh is ahead of him on draws, then especially if he's ahead of him to this extent, he is going to get there first. And the only way to win is to both speed up his own draws and maybe have some way to stop him for a couple of turns.
2 for.
Well, okay. I think this is a fancy concession at this point.
Pink for that.
Right. Not saving the AT for the
All right.
flops, essentially.
And I'll move to score phase, try to confront this.
Sure. You can. We have a good old face off. Very silly. Oh, wait. You tied me. Okay. No face off.
There is no face off.
Okay.
And then hand limit.
Before you start discarding, I'm going to play, and I know this one, just to dig for a yak. So I'll draw 2 cards. I guess you can't do the thing. Okay, so I'll get a Unity draw. And then since that was my first draw this turn, Living to Laugh will give me 1 more.
No yaks.
No yak. You're good to go.
How much Unity? 2, easily go to 6, 8.
See, I would have played Garner first. And then if I had revealed no yak, I would have just put everything on the bottom. Because he says keep up to 1, I believe.
Right. That is correct, yeah.
And rush to make over.
Jacob did that during last week's match. Put the ball on the bottom.
Yeah.
Right. 3 actions, draw a card. Think you'll get me another.
Okay. Is this it? 5 AT. Can I check his deck? Some point here.
I mean, 1 for Garner is enough.
There it is.
To...
Yeah,
it
is.
7 cards. I guess I was wrong. He still had more than 10 at that point. 1 for Garner. Look at the. Okay, so I think mathematically he wins this turn. 1 for Garner. He has. He only has 2 Griffins. Well, look at 2. If neither of them are yak, put them on the bottom. Discard literally every card in his hand. Draw 4 off of Gabby. I think he has 2 yaks left in the deck, so that would guarantee draw a yak, and he can play the yak and win the game.
That would appear to do it. Garner is his extra
1
Unity requirement that he needs.
for a Holiday Spirit.
I'm going to do Holiday Spirit instead.
I have 1 more friend than you now. 5 to 4.
Okay.
4, 8,
So
10,
Unity check.
13.
Currently
He needs
at
to discard
8,
something, and
11,
then he'll have enough.
13.
If you show me an honorary yak in your hand, you will have the victory.
I do not have one, so I have to be a little careful.
All right.
But you could have one.
I'll use Cluj Town to get up to the pink. Then pay to draw once.
Oh.
Twice.
Discord. No yaks.
Thrice.
Still no yaks.
I will use 2 pinky senses. These. Oh, and a 3rd one for this.
He drew 3 times, so if he just discards his whole hand, then Gabby will win
head
it
to
for
my
him.
score phase. Discard 7 random cards with pinky.
Okay.
I mean, you could have done discarded 10 random cards with pinky if you wanted.
Then at end of turn, I will drop 4 if you let me.
Well,
Yep.
he still got there.
AT, so you'll get it.
Okay.
And that is that.
Yeah.
That is the end.
Unfortunate.
I believe you have the living to laugh, and
for Ivory.
you're still at 15 Unity.
Yeah, his
That's game.
his mega play wound up
GG.
being his downfall instead, because
Congratulations.
Josh found that yak. Oh, I don't know. I think the doing nothing play was
Yeah.
the way to go. Like you only need about 15 AT to play everything you need, or 14. I forgot about the discount from the problem.
Right. Okay. I mean, yeah. Ivory's gonna have another chance to see about it.
Well, fortunately, he won't. If he plays that deck again, it won't be until either losers finals or winners finals. So, as both M and Ace moved on.
That is true. His Ivory's lower bracket match is actually going to be against Cheese.
Right.
We have Sim versus Sim in the lower bracket, and we have the Stueck brothers in the upper bracket semifinal.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting. Bit of a short stream this week. Unfortunate. But that is the way these things go sometimes, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well. Ivory just had very, very bad luck in that first match. Like, it just wasn't much that he could do there. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of almost carries over a bit from Cheese. It's been a sim curse for the first couple weeks of the Invitational. Fortunately.
Are you saying that GP is going to have an equally bad first match in or first game in his upcoming match?
I will say nothing more of that match, except to say that it is next week, Grandpa's versus Smithers, and it is good. Come back for it. That one will be something to see.
Okay.
And yeah, we will have that next week, same time. Different commentator probably, but thank you very much for being with me, Bugle.
Yeah, absolutely. I admit I was really hoping that these particular deck lists could have gone to a third round, because I think, if Ivory's Gambit had paid off, I feel that he was in a pretty good position. Honestly, I feel in Adventure he was definitely favored. Farm versus Luna almost always goes Farm's way. I would say that is over a 95% chance for Ivory there. And of the two blue-yellow decks, I think Ivory was also favored, but he he fell prey to a yak, and everything went bad from there.
Unfortunately, with his Bluna list, Ivory was hoping to be the one who won with yaks.
Yeah.
Not work out that way. Anyway, so this match is going to be on YouTube next week. Now that we have our first losers bracket match set, keep an eye on the YouTube channel. Whenever that losers bracket match gets played, it will go straight to YouTube. It will not be streamed.
Right. You're already putting in so many hours a week.
No comment. But anyway, yes. Thank you all very much for coming out here and watching with us. Thank you again, Bugle. Come back next week for more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Until then, I have been Cursor Chords.
And I've been Bugle.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.